I want to thank you for inviting me today, and I will try to tell you how my organization participated in creating maybe a good practice, even if we didn't know. We were just trying to do our best, as always everyone tries to do. So the matter is collaboration, and I'm trying to talk about collaboration as the best practice, and most of all together now. So I try to tell you a story. Once upon a time, or maybe twice, there was an unearthly paradise called Pepperland, a place where happiness and music reigned supreme, but all that was threatened by when the terrible Blue Meanies declared war and sent in their army, led by a menacing flying glove, to destroy all that was good. In 1984, in the United States, Christopher and Patrick Furlong, the two sons of Pat, were diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It is the most common fatal genetic childhood disorder, which affects approximately 1 out of 3,500 boys each year worldwide. And there was no cure. This is a movie that someone else has already seen in this room today. In 1992, in the Netherlands, the son of Elizabeth Vroom, Justus, and in Italy, Luca, my son, were both diagnosed with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And we all felt like all that was good, like in the movie, in our lives was destroyed. But when the doctors diagnosed our sons, we couldn't accept it. Their phrase, "There's no cure and little help," as an answer. But we were lost into a deep blue sea, and we didn't know what to do. Life doesn't stop if you have a son who has DMD. You can still do lots of wonderful things together. But when you are with your back against the wall, you need to react and find a tool, something. So we invented one interesting tool, the Duchenne submarine, also known as the Parent Project. It was funded in 1994 by Patricia Furlong and a group of parents who were frustrated by the lack of investment in Duchenne research. With Pat at the helm in the USA, Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy began working to understand the pathology of the disorder, the extent of research investment, the mechanism for optimal care. And it wasn't that easy. Meanwhile, in the Netherlands, in 1997, the Duchenne Parent Project invested $70,000 to send a young researcher, Judith van Deutegom, to Eric Hoffman's lab in the United States to learn about DMD research. She used to study and work in Leiden University and was very involved in DMD diagnostic, gene discovery, and all. In 1998, she came back to Leiden and started her own lab under the supervision of Gert-Jan van Hommen. The Duchenne Parent Project funded a lab since the beginning, investing about €3 million, maybe more, in the following years. And this was in Italy. Since 1998, Parent Project invested more than €1 million to fund Giulio Cosso's lab in Rome. He had a long-lasting interest in the field of muscle cell and developmental biology. And Giulio Cosso discovered the myogenic potential of a bone marrow-derived circulating progenitor cell. In 2006, he identified a novel population of vessel-associated stem cells, the mesangioblasts, that proved effective in the treatment of mouse and dog models of muscular dystrophy. Meanwhile, in the USA, in 2003, Project Catalyst was established and was a first-of-its-kind research collaboration between Parent Project Muscular Dystrophy and PTC Therapeutics. The goal was to identify new treatments for all patients with DMD, regardless of genetic mutation responsible for the disease. After critical support from families, the program was greatly accelerated by the participation of the National Institute of Health, which awarded $15.4 million research grant in 2007. It's a matter of leverage, I think. Meanwhile, in the Netherlands, in 2002, Prosensa was founded as a spin-off from Leiden University, based on the intellectual property and the research sponsored by the Parent Project. And guess who was scientific director of Prosensa? Exactly, Judith van Deutegom. In 2004, Prosensa and the Leiden University have been granted financial support from United Parent Projects. UPPMD is our worldwide organization and is dedicated to finding a cure and viable treatments for DMD. It's a kind of international collaboration born a long time ago. Finally, at the end, venture capital became interested and funded in several rounds for total 80 million euro. And in 2009, GlaxoSmithKline has committed up to 680 million in upfront fees and milestones to team with the Dutch biotech Prosensa, you remember Judith van Deutenkom, on a package of 4 RNA programs aimed at Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So this is what you can do with seed money, $70,000. Giulio Costo's lab received big funds from Comunità Europea, Progetto Optistem, Italian Teleton, Ministero della Salute, Cure Duchenne, AFM, ICE, la Regione Trentino, and Muscular Dystrophy Association. And in 2011, a trial to assess the safety of transplantation of mesangioblasts obtained from unaffected brothers into Duchenne patients started in Italy. The 6 patients have received multiple intra-arterial injections of mesangioblasts. Meanwhile, in the USA, in December 2012, PTC Therapeutics announces European Medicine Agency validation of the marketing authorization application for ataluren in Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And just a few days ago, PTC Therapeutics closed 60 million private financing. And it's again leverage. I think so. Meanwhile, worldwide, we learned a lesson. Leverage, seed money, how to empower patients and families, to create active partnerships, and to promote collaboration with every mean, roundtables, meetings, promoting conferences, and informing the patients. We learned a lesson to make a state-of-the-art information about treatment and care options available to all members of the Duchenne community, understanding that our families needed clear information, our clinicians needed guidelines and recommendations. Sorry about the time. And patients needed to know how to avoid snake oil salesmen and unapproved, unproven, or potentially dangerous treatment. And you see, this time is not really ended at the moment in Italy. Probably many of you already know. We learned to take a comprehensive approach in the fight against Duchenne, funding promising research, raising awareness, promoting advocacy, connecting the community, broadening treatment options, knocking every door. Understanding that every individual diagnosed with Duchenne needs an accurate diagnosis, needs access to optimal care, deserves the opportunity to evaluate its participation in clinical studies and treatments, and needs to access a life and reach for their dreams. We learned the team approach, understanding that patients, clinicians, researchers, and industries need to be side by side. We built our global patient registry under the umbrella of TreatMD with more than 60 countries. We are collaborating with companies, investigators, clinicians in the early phase of trial design. We work together side by side to set up all the documents requested for the trial, so informed consent, booklets, and open meetings. And we provide psychological assistance. At the moment, we are collaborating with Italfarmaco in Italy to assist with psychologists during the trial. And this is how we try to change the role of the patient using the subbrain's ladder. So patients, when they are not informed, they can be manipulated. They just can be placated. But we want them to be able to participate, to be consulted, to be involved. And as soon as the information grow and their education grow, they begin fundamental for help designing the service. And this is what we want to do. So increase their collaboration. Patients, clinicians, researchers, companies need to be side by side because they are the experts. We spend 8,000 hours per year with our sons, and we know every single small detail about Duchenne. So we are the expert too. So I feel that we believe that European Patient Academy will be really helpful to generate the paradigm shift But we must be all together now. And I feel that we need to believe that we can really change this panorama all together. Sorry. Then just one last slide. Fortuna audax juvat, we are in Rome, so we speak in Latin. Meaning that good luck comes to those who take chances. In the rare disease field, you need to take your chances because it's wild, wild west. And we were lucky indeed. But we spent about 20 years to learn on our expenses 50% of what we could easily learn today thanks to UPATI initiative. So I feel it is precious.